Hello, religious education teachers and adult program leaders. I'm coming to you unscripted, unshaven, but I wanted to take the opportunity while I am here on the beautiful UUCSR grounds to thank each and every one of you for everything you have done this year. I've said it many times, and it is 10 times as true this year. We cannot do what we do without the dedicated volunteers, creativity, love, care, support of our religious education community.
As we build the beloved community, the ministries we carry out, ministries to one another and ministries to the world, wouldn't be possible without the many volunteers who turn ideas into reality. During the past 2 years, most of it during a pandemic, I've partnered with many groups, committees, teams, and of course the Board of Trustees. I'm grateful for the wisdom, creativity, and generous spirit of Shelter Rock members as this congregation lives more fully into its purpose. It's the volunteers who will lead us home.
Thank you to all the volunteers in worship and religious education. You did a quick and graceful pivot to being virtual in the midst of a pandemic, and you continue to support learning with our children, youth, and families, and to bring meaningful worship to all. Thank you.
In our Unitarian Universalist tradition, you'll often hear folks say that though we don't share a theology, we do share a commitment to walking the life path together as we search for truth and meaning. That has certainly been true this past year, this difficult year, and our caring ministries have done a marvelous job of extending care and walking with members of this congregation.
I want to voice my words of appreciation to the musicians and singers who worked so hard during this pandemic to keep music and the arts alive in the life of the congregation. It wasn't easy. You had to learn a whole new technology and a whole new way of making music. But you did it, and you were magnificent.
Since the time of the earliest Social Justice Committee meetings of the North Shore Unitarian Universalist Society, the Shelter Rock congregation's commitment to social justice has not wavered. Over the decades, the committee's mission has grown from addressing issues of peacemaking and civil rights to include alleviating the stigma of mental illness, rooting out racism and other oppressions, advocating for the rights of members of the LGBTQIA+ community, and collaborating with socially responsible investing groups.
The Veach Board of Governors has had a busy year. Governors allocated over $12.5 million to over 180 social justice organizations throughout the country, including here on Long Island. These organizations are putting the congregation's faith into action every day. In addition to meeting every month and reading hundreds of pages of grants and background material, the governors sponsored congregation-wide events. They did a virtual site visit just last week to Oregon, and over the course of the year, they heard from over 20 Veach grantees and partners. Veach grantees have been hit hard. They have had to both organize and help their members to survive. The governors held their stories with real compassion and commitment. Governors, it's an honor to be in this work of justice with you. Thank you for all your work during this transformational time. Thank you for listening to Veach grantees and for supporting them to build the better world that we all so desperately need and that we know through our values to be possible.
To every volunteer in the UUCSR community, thank you for your abundance of generosity and grace this past year in serving the mission of our congregation as we navigated together the hardships of a worldwide pandemic. Your willingness to get online, host Zoom classrooms and fellowship building events, create caring networks, collaborate in online worship experiences, and continue to show up for our educational or action-oriented social justice events was nothing short of inspiring. Thank you to all of the strong leaders who stretched themselves and learned adaptability and created community in new ways. Your efforts are appreciated and recognized.
You've been amazing. You've learned new technologies. Here I am upping my own selfie game. You push me to make myself better. I have just seen you thrive and grow in this very strange, very difficult time. You've done amazing work. You've kept all of our children, youth, and adults together in their faith formation journeys.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of many dedicated volunteers who keep the flame of justice burning brightly.
So today and every day, I want to celebrate the elements of our caring ministry, our caring committee, our lay chaplains, our congregational chaplains, our community captains who were recruited and pulled together for the pandemic and who served capably and marvelously, and also our small group ministry. We have managed to walk with one another and support one another through the most challenging time that we've experienced, and we're stronger and better for it. Thank you, each of you who've participated in our caring ministry in the past year.
I am so blessed to serve this community alongside all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.